If you're here, it's because you're done letting money slip through your fingers and you're finally ready to build wealth with intention. Here are the 6 accounts that will get you there. You just gotta do it scared. Most people don't even realize they're leaving money on the table, or worse, letting it collect dust in the wrong places. In my last video, I showed you the 6 types of accounts that helped me build my investment portfolio to over 75K in profits and lay the foundation for my real estate portfolio today. And you showed up in the comments with questions, with wins, with lessons, and a sprinkle of hater comments. So I had to answer the questions. The first account we talked about was your checking account. It's your home base, not the whole house. Let's see what a community member said. At Elistia, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but ooh, are we at the point in our community where we get to choose a name for us? Ooh, what if we're like the Rosettes? Anyways, focus. Elistia says, the one duh moment I had was realizing I keep way too much in checking. Yes, exactly. And a lot of us tend to do that because it can be a way of like a safety net, right? You can walk into the bank and demand of your money, or we didn't come from a place where we had access to that type of money. So now that we've been able to build it, we want to see it. We want to be able to touch it, reach it, right? But I had to ask myself, how do successful people move? They don't let their money sit, they position it. I learned to use accounts where my money actually works, and even better, I automated the process. Let's see what another comment says. At Micah B 3328, I max out $10,000 in my credit union checking because it earns 4.25 APY. Then everything else auto transfers to a high yield savings account. Yeah, we're going there. That is really the move. Checking accounts really are for your bills, weekly spending, and just a small buffer. That's it. And when it comes to that automation piece, that's really how you're going to win. Think about it. When it comes to the taxes that you pay on your paycheck, you're not having to manually send that in. Automatically, that's taken out. The government gets their cut. So why don't you start thinking about yourself as the government that is worth being paid and automate paying yourself into these accounts to start building and making your investment portfolios heavy, okay? The next account we talked about was the high yield savings account. Other ones in the same bucket is a money market account or CDs. We're going to talk a little bit about those. These all go together like plantain, rice, and stew, okay? Same plate, just some different flavors. We're still in the safe zone here, but this is what I mean when I say you got to let your money start working for you. Let's see what a commenter says. Ooh, or what a Rosette says. Y'all let me know in the comment if I'm pushing this. Okay. Muhammad says, there was a time I didn't even have a savings account, let alone a plan for the future. I started small, built up my savings, then began investing wisely. He built up his savings. Now that's smart. Here's the thing, these accounts won't beat inflation forever. Just a few months ago, interest rates on high yield savings accounts, you could get some even over 5%. Oh, and I have a video where I explain to you why that happens and how you can continue to find the right high yield savings account, a money market account, or even a CD. So stay tuned. Here's the thing, these accounts won't beat inflation forever. Interest rates were high just a few months ago and they're dropping again, but it's still way better than letting your money sit in a regular checking or savings account. Let me tell you a little bit more about these accounts. A high yield savings account, as we already know it, provides you with a higher interest rate on the money that you put into this account. And you still can get great accounts out there offering you over 4% right now, and your money stays accessible. A money market account works like a high yield savings account. It gives you check and debit card access too. And in some cases, actually, the interest rate on a money market account can sometimes beat that of a high yield savings account. And when we talk about CDs, we're talking about locking your money up for a set period of time. That's how you're able to gain even higher interest rate on your money. It's like renting out a tool that you have, right? You can't use it during that period that you rent it out, but it's making a little coin on the side for you. So CDs typically pay the highest interest rate out of all these options. For you, these accounts are great for emergency funds, short-term goals. Think about your car, your repairs, your vacation. And it also could be a good place for money that you don't want to really risk, but you also don't want it to sit idle. And of course, I've already done the work to find the best high yield savings accounts, money market accounts, and CDs. What companies are offering it. I've done that research. I'm sharing that. So hello, as always, welcome in. Click that subscribe button, hit that like button so that you get the gist, okay, on where your money is best kept. that. The third account on our list is the Roth IRA, one of the best retirement accounts. I mean, on this channel, we're going to beat the Roth IRA to death, because if you are able to invest in it and you are not, hey, you are leaving future tax-free money on the table. And we're not doing that over here. We're taking advantage of all the accounts that are available to us for us to use them and enjoy life. So this Roth is going to make us an extra million in retirement, okay? Now, I don't know how many millions we're going to be making from now until retirement, but this account, this is just going to be an extra million on top. Let's see what a Rosette said. Hey, Rosie, I didn't hear you mention the 5-year rule on the Roth. Ooh, thank you for that. Okay, here's the deal. You can always pull out your contributions. That's the money that you invested into your Roth IRA. You can do that tax-free, penalty-free, anytime, no waiting, and no age limit. But if you want to touch the profits that your Roth has made, you gotta check 2 boxes. 1, your account has been open for at least 5 years, and 2, you are 59 and a half or older. Now, if you take out the profits before then, you'll probably owe taxes and possibly a 10% penalty. So leave it, let it grow, find money somewhere else. So yeah, this is what I call a long-term play, and that is what I am trying to establish for us here on this channel. Building wealth takes time. It's about creating a strategic plan that you follow consistently so that you see your money continue to grow for you. Okay, another question that came up. What if I don't have earned income? Aha, because with the Roth IRA, you can only put in earned income. That is money that you are getting from an income, a job. So if you don't have any earned income, like from a job or even self-employment, you can't open your own Roth. However, if your spouse has earned income, you can open a spousal Roth IRA. Hello, go figure that out. Someone also asked, how would they know? How would they know? You're asking the government, how would they know? See, one thing about the government, they're not gonna come and chase you a day later or even a month later or even a year later, but eventually they'll come knocking. What's probably gonna happen is they're gonna start taxing the account and probably maybe fine a little bit, but definitely tax it, because the whole idea was for you to use your after-tax dollars. What if I'm an entrepreneur? Perfect. Earned income from your business actually qualifies, even if you're freelancing or just doing your own thing. So you don't need a 9-to-5 to get into the game, but you gotta get into the game. Okay, let's see what another Rosette says. Arlene Dingle says, I am over 60. Is it too late to start? No, it is not. It is never too late to start investing in yourself. Even just 5 years in the market, 10 years in the market could position you in a much better financial position than you currently are, especially with the right balanced ETF portfolio. We're the home of an ETF portfolio, so I hope you're taking notes and you're joining the party as I teach you how to build a solid ETF portfolio that will help you hit your goals and grow your money. On top of that, you get to contribute up to $8,000 a year, so you got a little bit more wiggle room to put more into this account. So it's not too late. It might be the perfect time for you. I mean, look at the market right now. Prices are down about 10-20%. This could be a great season to go in, because 5 years from today, I'm telling you, the market is gonna go back up. So choose any of the brokerage firms that you might like. We've got Vanguard, we've got Fidelity, we've got Mr. Charlie Schwab. We've got so many other options who offer the Roth IRA. Choose the ETFs that you like. What ETF should I pick, Rosie? Well, hello, I still did the work for you. The link is in the description. I have created my own ETF stack that I use to build my portfolio, and I've given it and offered it to you for free. But you're sitting here, you're not doing it and taking any action. Why? Get in there, grab it, learn it. And if you want more step-by-step process, we're working on a live cohort. You're gonna be chit-chatting with me live. I'm gonna take you through your whole step and create a process for you. So that, I'm gonna put the link in that description as well, so that you can apply for the upcoming cohort if you're interested. Okay, Roth IRA, get on it. The next account we talked about was an HSA, a health savings account. Most people sleep on this, but if you qualify for it, maybe they don't even know that they qualify for it. Because if you do, it's totally worth signing up for it. It could be like a little secret retirement account. I'll tell you a bit more about it. Hold on. So if you have a high deductible health plan, you're able to open one. And here's why it's a big deal. You get to put money in it before taxes. You can invest that money the same way that you invested the money that was in your Roth IRA bucket. You can invest that money in your HSA as well, instead of just letting it sit. And when you take it out for health stuff, no taxes. So tax-free in, tax-free growth, tax-free out. Yeah, that's a triple win. Okay, another was that had a comment. Let's see. PYTU says, does it work for children under 26? Well, it depends. If they've got their own high deductible care plan and they're not being claimed as a dependent, then yes, they can open their own HSA. But if they're still on your plan and you still claim them on your taxes, then no, they can't open one right now. But that said, you can still use your HSA to pay for their medical expenses while they're covered under you. Here's the part that I called it a secret retirement account. See, after the age 65, you can use your HSA for anything. Do you see where I'm going with this? By God's grace, with good health and life, you could basically have another retirement account that you've built out to use for retirement. Now for this one, you'll just pay regular income tax, like the taxes that you'll be getting with your 401k. But if it's still for medical stuff, then still no taxes. So if you're not using your HSA for medical bills right now, that's fine. Pick a couple solid ETFs and invest in it and just leave it and just allow it to grow. The fifth account on our list is the brokerage account. Okay, now this is where things really start to level up. This is the account I use to build my portfolio out and later sold the profits to be able to invest in real estate. A taxable brokerage account is wide open, no income limits, no contribution caps, and just no waiting. So here's how it works. You open one with any of the platforms like Fidelity, Vanguard, Mr. Charlie Schwab. There are many brokerage firms to choose from. I just like to mention those three, but they're not the only solid history-backed ones. And you gotta invest in a solid ETF portfolio. I would rather you have done the research. Now, there are parameters that I look at when it comes to choosing an ETF, and I can go into detail. I'll maybe make a video on this. But in the live cohort that we're preparing to start, I'm taking the class through exactly how I assess an ETF and establish whether it's going to be a good one for my portfolio now based on my goals. But choosing even a bit of a riskier ETF, when you've done your due diligence to understand the kind of ETF you're choosing, is far better than just picking one stock just because it sounded great, just because it looked promising, just because somebody said it online. That's not how you assess a stock. So invest in a well-rounded ETF portfolio. You don't have to go stock picking. You don't have to go watching the market. And with a brokerage account, you can pull your money out anytime. Just know that if you made a profit, you pay what they call capital gains tax. But if you lost money, you can actually use those losses to lower your taxes. They call it tax loss harvesting. Basically, even your losses can work for you. My portfolio came from the same ETF guide that I have taken time and put it together to help you understand how to build a solid ETF portfolio. And I've given you access to it. It is free. It's in the description. So go ahead, grab it, start mulling over it and understanding how you can create an ETF portfolio that fits your personal goal. Or if you're looking for a more step-by-step guide to be able to create a clear strategy around your ETF portfolio that is simple, that allows you to reach your goals and understand it very simply, we're putting together a cohort. So that link is in the description as well. Go ahead and apply for the upcoming cohort. I've built what are called my secret powerhouse ETF stack. These are ETFs with long-term explosive potential. Let me put it like this. If you invested just $5,000 into one of these ETFs 5 years ago, didn't touch it, didn't even add more money to it, just allow for compound interest to do its thing, and you just reinvested the money that it made just over 5 years in one of these powerhouse ETFs, you would have been sitting on close to $20,000 in just 5 years. Now, yes, high risk, high reward. But when you understand how these ETFs work and you understand your own risk factors, right? For someone like me, I'm leveraging time, being younger and having time in the market to be able to take some of my portfolio and leverage it in a high risk, high reward, understanding the sectors that I am putting it in. It all comes down to understanding what you are doing. That's the basics of investing. We get inundated with so many opportunities and ideas. And I say, if you don't understand simply what you are investing in, you're about to lose your money. So it's about understanding simply what you are investing in, understanding your capacity of risk and leveraging that to build out an account where you did barely anything. And the full list that I created, I'm going to be giving it to the cohort of the upcoming ETF class. So definitely get in there. I'll put the link in the description. Okay. Nisi or Nice, I'm pretty sure it's Nisi. Nisi Mix One says, bless you, Rosie. I'm doing 2 of these today. You're about that business. That urgency to change where you are today for your better future. Yeah. And you don't have to know everything to start. You just gotta start. Our 6th account is your 401k, your 403b, or your solo or individual 401k. Most people know what a 401k is, but they are not using it properly. A 401k or a 403b, if you're working a nonprofit, is your job's retirement plan. And if your job offers a match and you're not contributing to get it, you're just leaving money on the table. You're literally walking away from part of your paycheck. Here's how you're going to make the most of it. Contribute enough to get the full employer match. The money is there for you. Now ask your employer if they offer a Roth 401k. If yes, take it, because I'd rather you pay taxes now, invest in a solid ETF portfolio in a Roth 401k so that you have tax-free enjoyment in the future. Now, if you have other 401ks from other jobs, number 1, do not take that money out. Not worth it. You can find money elsewhere with whatever's going on right now. You can roll it into a Roth IRA. Yes, you're going to pay taxes in the now, but you gain full control of your account, more investment options, and you're not paying taxes in the future. So you really have an opportunity to maximize the account for yourself. Did you know that almost 25% of employees miss out on the employer match of a 401k? Yeah, when I researched that, I was shocked. Hey, you don't like money. Hey. Okay, so what if you're self-employed? We've got options too. It's a solo 401k for the self-employed, and it lets you contribute as both the employee and the employer. So more money in, more tax advantages, and more control of your money. And with that, you can either choose traditional, you save on taxes now, but you're going to be paying it later, or a Roth style. Pay now, grow tax-free. And per usual, I'm going to shout from the mountaintops over and over on this channel, invest in a solid ETF portfolio. I remember seeing a comment once, I was trying to find it, where the person was like, they just invest in something they hear that sounds promising. And I was like, wow, you don't like your money. You're playing fire. You're playing games with your money. But once you understand the simple fundamentals in investing in an ETF portfolio, it should be easy breezy in terms of knowing this is a solid investment. You're putting your money in for the long term so that you can reap the benefit. Because one thing about the market, it will always go up and down. If you're chasing the next big company so you can hit it big, even institutional investors, those that have $1 billion assets to invest, they even get it wrong a good chunk of the time. Who are we to be out here thinking and guessing that this is gonna hit it big? This is where you're gonna, no. The fundamentals have always been there. Learn the fundamentals, follow it, and see your money grow for you. Remember the pandemic? Folks thought the market was done for, but the market bounced back even stronger, and it's like people forgot. And if you look through history, there have been several events that have brought the market down, but eventually went back up. So once you understand what your risk is in terms of coming into the market, all you have to do is just create a solid ETF portfolio and you are money. It's that fear to start, then thinking you're gonna make $1 million overnight, then panicking when you don't. That's how people lose their hard-earned money. But here's the thing, when you know how to use these accounts, job or no job, you know how to play to win. So what now? Where are you with these accounts? Challenge yourself to open it and fund it within the next 7 days. Yes, 7 days. I want you to get on it. Share this video with somebody that you care about and comment wealth down in the comments, because I know you're ready and you're already taking charge of your finances. This isn't about chasing trends. You're building a foundation, and I'm proud of you already. Start small. Just start. Because around here, we do it scared. We do it scared.